Maxwell, we've gone country this week.
We have got a little country, Sam.
Yee?
Ha.
Nice.
We finished each other's.
Sandwiches.
Yes.
Yeah. Wyatt Flores, sir.
We were joined by Wyatt Flores just before he kicked off 2 nights here in Brizzy on his Bucking Bin Chicken tour, which is a fantastic name.
That's a great name.
Great name.
We've got some merchandise in the studio.
Signed, sealed, delivered by Wyatt himself, which is fantastic.
Signed, sealed, delivered. No.
I'm yours.
Why yours?
But we did have a chat with him at Catalog Music here in the Valley. A great chance to, he was doing a bit of meet and greet with some fans. So we had almost a bit of a live audience, but not really.
They were looking at you pretty harsh. Like whenever you'd ask a question about,
when is he going to wrap this thing up?
there was a bit of that actually. They're like, brother, we get it. You interviewing him. Shut the fuck up.
But he was honestly just such a lovely guy to have in the I was going to say the studio, but in at Catalog.
In the store?
I want to give a special shout out. If you are listening to this, I highly recommend going and watching to catch his hat, which was just an absolute treat.
An Australian special.
An icon, if you will.
It was about arachnids, was it not?
It was about arachnids.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Should I intro you, sir?
Let's throw it, Sam.
Good afternoon, Max, and please welcome us to the interview.
We are here at Catalog Music with Wyatt Flores. Welcome to the show, mate. How you doing?
Wow, dang good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. We like to start the show the same way every week, which is to find out what you're listening to. So what's been spinning in your playlist?
All right, let's see here then. I know for dang sure I've been listening to Nolene Hoffman's Dublin Blues cover.
Oh, nice.
Time Goes On, Coetzel. Mm-hmm. Also been listening to Mutt by Leon Thomas.
You know what? Banger. Absolutely.
It's actually a banger. There's another one called Don't Kill the Party by Ty Dollar.
Oh, yep.
And let's see, what's another one in here? Maine by Noah Khan.
You know what? That's a good spread.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good little spread of stuff.
My music taste is real crazy.
Well, good. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that brings us to our first question, which is your music taste is pretty crazy. And,
it is.
You've dabbled in a lot of genres, like in your music as well. But take us back to the beginning. What was playing on the Flores household's like tape deck back in the day? What was on your iPod when you were a teenager? What kind of led you in?
Well, the iPods that I had were passed down from my parents. So
Nice.
My mom's would have a whole bunch of Alan Jackson and George Strait and Vince Gill. My dad, on the other hand, his iPod had a whole bunch of blues. So it was Stevie Ray Vaughan, Los Lonely Boys, Eric Clapton, a whole bunch of ZZ Top and things like that. Now, however, my sister, she was huge in the pop and rap world. So it was a whole bunch of Lil Wayne and everything else you could ever think of. But she was also the one that kind of kept me up to date with things that were going on in Red Dirt. So that my variety is everywhere. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, and we hear that you are a big fan of the band Pine Grove.
Yes, I am. I'm a huge fan of Pine Grove. Yeah, it's actually funny. Jay, who works at my label or Island Records, he worked for another label at the time. And when I sat down with him, he's like, "You have to listen to them." Well, of course, I forgot about it because that's just who I am.
Yep.
Later on, time goes by. He's now working for Island when I signed with him. And he's like, "Did you listen to Pine Grove?" And I was like, "No." And then it took like another year later until I finally listened. And now I listened to that. What is the Blue album? I can't remember.
Not Manifest. That's the one that's half and half. What's the other? What's the?
Shoot.
Sam's going to quickly run it.
Come on.
Someone's going to handle this for us.
Yeah, Skylight. I listen to that album at least twice a week, top to bottom.
All right. Well, I mean, I would say that's a fan.
Yes, I'm a huge fan.
Better late than never. You're making up for lost time.
Absolutely. Now I'm promoting them. Everyone needs to go listen. Do it now. Don't wait 3 years. Gosh dang.
The other part of kind of I suppose the inspiration behind your sound is the town of Stillwater, Oklahoma, where you're from.
Absolutely.
Which, as you mentioned before, Red Dirt music is kind of this mixed mash blend of country and folk and blues and rock and roll and a whole heap of other influences. Mm-hmm. A lot of, Oklahoma as a state, broadly is a crossroads between a lot of influences and culture, but Stillwater seems to kind of amplify that times 100. What about the town kind of makes it that perfect melting pot for all those sounds?
It's definitely the college because it is a college town. So there's a whole bunch of, back in the days when Red Dirt was really kind of starting, is a whole bunch of songwriters that were, college age kids. And then the town had bars. So people were just playing at the bars all the time, showing their new songs. And that's really what started it. And it was people from all over. And but that's where the heart of Stillwater really began. And then it's crazy though. You go through the list of everything else of who's been there and whatnot, but a lot of people forget that All American Rejects was actually from there.
Yeah.
From Stillwater, born and raised. As far as I know, born and raised. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy to see how many styles have came out. I mean, you got Garth Brooks and All American Rejects, and you're sitting there going, how in the world did that happen? So, and then then here I am. I'm in Brisbane
bigger than
right
all
now.
of them.
Yeah. No.
Garth Brooks never fucking heard of him,
and
man.
my shit don't sound anything like their stuff. So it's crazy. But yeah, there really is a huge heart for music over there.
Yeah. Is it? I suppose like being a college town, it's got the bars, it's got the venues that people just want to sit down, have a beer, listen to good music, and just you talk to a lot of artists who come from those kind of towns where there's a great live scene, and they say that gigging in those kind of towns and in those kind of venues really makes or breaks you. Like early on if you can do it. Is that the kind of those are the kind of venues that do that?
Because once you start getting a fan base, people care.
Yes.
But before then, oh yeah, dude, I have like they're sitting there going, we gotta listen to this guy. I'm sitting there going, I have to play for y'all for 3 hours because y'all are I can't even hear myself because they're just talking like crazy. But then all of a sudden it starts flipping, and that's kind of when I knew, is when they started paying attention, and all of a sudden people weren't sitting in the back and they'd come to the front of this little tiny stage, and I was like, oh. So that's what that feels like, and then it just takes off.
Yeah. Did you have any of those like regular barfly kind of people who were rocking up and then eventually you won them over and you could see that change in their face?
Yes, absolutely. There was, of course, I got my friends, my family showing up and they're like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, you're doing great up there. Oh, God, I've heard this song 50 times. Anyway, and then you have others that just randomly walk in and they're like, they come up to you after and they're like, man, we really love what you're doing. I've never heard anyone sound like you or things like that, nice compliments, and then you see them the next time, and then you're like, okay, it's starting to snowball, and then, yeah, now it's crazy where I'll notice a fan that's been to 12 of my shows, and they are parked right in the front. They show up early, they're right there, and I'm like, oh my God, and I'll come up to them during mid-song, and I'll be like, how are you?
Well, you hear that, people? If you want the shout out, be there front center, be front row. Don't waste time.
I do usually remember. I'm pretty good.
Getting into your music though now, one of the things that we kind of love most about the Wyatt Flores sound is the fact that there's so much texture and soundscape to kind of the music you create. It's not just the instrumentals of the song itself. It's more what the picture you're painting with everything. So for instance, like a great example is in Holes from the Life Lesson EP. Before the guitar comes in, there's this kind of like almost bois sound, and it feels like there's the crickets in the background. There's a kind of electronic whir. Obviously, you don't sit down when you're starting, playing with the guitar to go, I want to have crickets and a bois in the background. Where in the sort of the story of these songs coming along do you paint those pictures and kind of build that out?
Man, well, especially with that one, I'll tell you the story behind Holes.
Yeah.
I quit my job. I started going to Nashville, but I was also trying to make money, so I started welding with my uncle down in Florida. So I was traveling from Florida, Oklahoma, and Nashville, and I was running out of money in a hurry. And there's this deal going on at this Airbnb where there's a whole bunch of artists, except they were all fitting the mainstream.
Right.
I was the one weirdo that was over there trying to write like Bob Dylan, and so I got kind of pissed the entire week there. It was just so different. I felt like an outcast. So I went upstairs into that Airbnb, locked the door. I was supposed to go do something else. And I was like, I'm going to disappear. I looked out the window and I seen grass coming up out of the concrete. And then I just sat there and I started thinking about my life and if it was going to work out. And the picture just started coming to me naturally. I just sat there and was like, I'm tired of walking holes in my shoes, and one thing led to the next, and painting those pictures was what I was just trying to get across. Now, when it came to like the crickets and the crazy things that we added, I never thought anyone was going to hear it.
Oh, well, listen, don't worry.
I know, that's the craziest. But we weren't thinking about it. We were like, well, that's a cool texture. There's crickets going crazy outside in Tennessee right now. Throw a mic outside. And that was it.
So it's live crickets? It's not synth crickets?
No. You can't. No, we literally made some of the cheapest music. I mean, Please Don't Go probably cost me maybe $400, $500.
Wow.
Because we were on a budget.
Yeah.
And then my first song ever cost me $100 in the back of a trailer house.
That's value for money, my friend.
No, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's paid itself off multiple times now, which is grateful, very grateful. But like, I never thought anyone was going to listen. I just wanted to make what I wanted to make.
When you do sit down and go, hey, the crickets are going crazy, let's record that. What part of the process kind of, when you're working with your production team, do they go, hold on a minute, he's onto something. He's got the picture in his head that he wants to put it together. Like, do you have any trouble trying to express that to the team that are working with you?
Not necessarily. Nowadays I've gotten a lot better about communicating, even though I still don't know the number system. Yeah. I couldn't tell you what the chord. I can't do the Nashville number system still.
Does it sound good? That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. And just communicating it has gotten better. I'm not great at it by no means, but nowadays I feel a lot better when I'm talking to other musicians and I'm like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Or I'll find a reference and be like, it's like that, except we do this and then add an extra beat. Just weird things. But for the most part, if you're surrounded by good creatives,
yes,
luckily I have been from the start, it's usually pretty easy for all of us to just sit back, try and find what's going to be resourceful to the songs. It's not like everything that I've done was my idea.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people come in and they're like, what if we did this? And I'm like, I fucking love that. And then we go in and do it. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss.
Mate, go fucking crazy.
Okay, thank goodness.
Absolutely launch in.
There's only like a short time frame where I can act civil, and then after that,
you don't have to bind it. Otherwise, we're going to have to fucking blur the hat out. It's a whole thing.
Well, I didn't even think about the hat. Yeah, never mind.
Hey,
my
don't
bad.
worry. I'm fucking all in.
Yeah, I could turn it around, but I think it says fuck shit up in the back. I don't know. It gets worse.
We're going to have to go sideways. That's the only way to do it. It's a 90s boy band. Before you recorded the debut record, Welcome to the Plains, you did take a hiatus to kind of give yourself a break, to sort of break out of that, I suppose, rocket ship that you were on of, playing shows, releasing songs, and just having a blow up along the way. I suppose, how much of the record itself reflects that getting back to basics and reconnecting with yourself before you went into the studio to lay it down?
Most of the songs off Welcome to the Plain were written right before having that hiatus, and there's only like 4 more that were written afterwards. Like Oh Susanna was written afterwards. It gave me enough time to think about what I wanted to say and how I'd been feeling. But beforehand, like with Welcome to the Plains, it was daydreaming of going back home, because at that point in my life, I wasn't. I was putting my nose down to the grindstone. Anytime I would go home, I didn't know how to go home. Not healthy, not at all. It was a shit show every time. And I'd run myself ragged, and that's all I knew. To pull it back even further, my first headline tour, I can't remember what it was called. It was Times Are Getting Hard tour. Right before that, my grandfather had committed suicide.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
The week after, I fired my management.
Oh, shit.
And in that time frame, I went homeless for about 2 to 3 weeks, hopping couches, and then started a tour.
Yeah, wow.
And so it was, from there on, I didn't never breathe. I didn't breathe for any of it. And I just said, I'm going to go as hard as I possibly can. And that train fell off the tracks. Music was the only thing that I loved. And that was a weird thing for me, where I sat back and I was like, why is it not loving me back?
Yeah.
Like it used to. And taking that break was what set us up for where we are right here, right now. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I'm happier than I've ever been. And I feel like I have a sense of balance and understanding of who I am today.
Do you feel like music's loving you back now?
Yes. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But I'm also realizing that in order for me to do that, I have to love myself.
Yeah.
And I have to understand that me without a guitar is the person that makes everything else happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely trying to take care of that. And through that, I've just been going back home. I moved my shit back home, and now I got cows and goats and 4 dogs and one stubborn ass horse named Hitch. So things are looking all right. And life's a whole lot better.
I'm very glad to hear that, man. That's fantastic. I suppose in moving into the recording sessions for the record, it is somewhat about Stillwater and towns like Stillwater all across the US. It was recorded largely in Asheville and in LA. 2 towns, very big industry towns.
And Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know if it says that in there.
Oh, well, there you go.
First week, Asheville, 2 weeks in LA, and then 2 more weeks in Nashville.
Asheville and Nashville and LA.
Yeah.
The big 3, which, to be fair, all 3 of them are big industry towns.
Absolutely.
So I suppose, when you're trying to do the record, about these small towns and about these people and places that built you as a person, as Wyatt Flores, What is it like trying to communicate with people in these industry towns that I'm sure are like, hey, you got to make this record, you got to get out, you got to record fast?
Man, it was crazy because I thought there was going to be more time. And then it was like, all right, you're recording an album. And I'm like, what? Which at that point, I shouldn't have freaked out that much. I had 3 giant EPs that were miniature albums.
Yeah.
I don't know why I freaked out, but for the most part, it was just really trying to stay in tune and not thinking about what the outside world wanted, I guess, and trying to sell it in these markets. And I'm so glad, because if I would have had that mindset, I would have never released Welcome to the Plains.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Plains is so regional for where I come from. You know, the Plains are a flyover state, so no one's, you know, there for miles. You'll have little tiny cities, but nothing crazy. And I'm so glad that I didn't think that way. And I sat there and thought, what do I want to say? What do I have to say? And through that, every single night, people go crazy for Welcome to the Plains. I never thought anyone would care. I'm talking about a place that catches on. Heck, a quarter of Oklahoma's on fire right now in the Panhandle.
Oh, fuck.
I never thought anyone would care to hear my stories about that, but truthfully, it's about trying to make it out.
100%. And
I feel like everyone kind of comes from that, you know?
Yeah.
Where you like grow up, and then there's that certain point where you're like, I want to take off, go see the world. I want to leave this place and everything that I've created. Turns out I really wanted to go home after all that.
Yeah, no matter how much you always kind of want to go home. Well, you know when you're home. We're here in Brisbane. Last time you were here was for CMC Rocks, and it seems like you got pretty into the vibe. You know, you were doing the shoeies with the crowd. You were getting into it. You were having a good time. You're here on the Bucking Bin Chicken Tour, which is your headline shows here. What were the expectations like for you coming back doing non-festival shows?
I'm not going to lie. I've been very concerned just because I'm like, man, the last night at CMC, when I finished out our set, shirtless, doing a shoey with a cigarette and a blown up crocodile, I was like, I don't think these people realize, like, I was just on a tear that night. I don't always act like that.
You had us fooled, man.
But, oh, dude, yeah. No, I had myself fooled. That was literally probably best show of my entire life. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to cover from that one. No, here's Synth. It's been really great. And we created a whole new show. We wanted to give y'all something that y'all haven't seen before, because I know Australians like to travel a lot. So I've met quite a few in the States. And so we sat down. We were like, we're going to create a new show. And it's been the best show that we've created thus far. And we're playing new songs, and the fans have been crazy. Sydney, quite frankly, was the best show that we've had out of the entire tour. But it's on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
People were climbing pillars, jumping on top of each other's shoulders again, and I didn't know what to expect of it all. And, like, I don't know, man. Like, I wish we had crowds like that back in the States. So it's been incredible to do a full-on tour. I'm already got things, I don't know, I said something not too long ago, about 3 days ago, where I'm hoping I can speak it into existence. I'm hoping the next tour is called the Dual Citizenship Tour.
Oh, hello.
Not a bad.
Don't hate it at all.
Not bad, but and then I'm hoping
we'll get you the exam so you can practice.
Yeah. I need those papers, dude. And then I'm just hoping CMC calls us back, hopefully in the next couple of years, and we get to headline it. That's the goal.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh, I would lose my mind. I will do pretty much the same thing as last time, except better. I will find a way to get a whole bunch of crocodiles. I don't know.
Live ones.
Oh, yeah, live ones. Yeah, dude, screw the plastic ones, dude. Get the real thing.
Save the planet, man.
Yeah.
We are here, and you've got a heap of fans waiting, so we won't hold you
yeah.
up for too much longer. But before we let you go, you might let the cat out of the bag a little bit. You mentioned new music. It's been a little while since we had the debut record. What's on the horizon for Wyatt Flores? Is there something coming up you can tell us about?
Well, there is one that just dropped today with Waylon Wyatt. I had a collab with him come out called I Didn't Forget. The next stuff, I just got a Dropbox full of the rest of the album. It's rough mixes, so I don't even know when the first single's coming out. However, I can tell you this much. It's coming very soon, because I'm getting very impatient with y'all not having it in your hands. So do not fear. I'm fixing to bust down these office doors, and we're going to start putting out some music quick. But yeah, I'm super excited. This next album, sonically, is going to be a change. People are going to definitely hear it and go, did we lose him? And it's like, no, listen, I promise. It's the same thing that I've been doing since Losing Sleep. It's that kind of punk, emo stuff, except this time I kind of had more funds. Thanks to y'all, I was able to get into really good studios with really good producers and got to work with some really incredible people. So I hope y'all enjoy the hell out of this new album. I know I sure am. I've been geeking about it all day. But other than that, man, just really big shows across the states, and happy to be here. I'm just ready to come back, if I'm being completely honest. I don't really want to leave in the next 3 days.
You can take your time.
Yeah.
Are you going to pull in the Stillwater Big Three, Garth Brooks, All American Rejects, and yourself?
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to be like, hey, that
Down
one
at Eskimo
guy.
Joe's, record it live?
You know Eskimo Joe's?
I did a bit of research.
Oh my gosh, dude. Come on, get you some free cheese fries now. Goodness. Whatever you do, check out Kane's Ballroom next.
All right. In Tulsa, though.
In Tulsa.
That's up the road, man.
Heck yeah, come on. Just an hour.
I got straight to Stillwater. Well, revisit Welcome to the Plains, Wyatt Flores' debut record, all by the sounds of it. Hang tight for some fresh new stuff. If you're in Australia, we're very sorry to say you've missed the Bucking Bin Chicken tour, but for US listeners, catch Wyatt on the Drive All Night tour across the country between March 26th and August 7th. Head to WyattFloresMusic.com.
Heck yeah.
Thank you so much, Wyatt, for taking the time.
Heck yeah. Thank you, guys.